This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler, and today is Wednesday, June 9th.
Well, a memorial has been set up on Mountain Springs to pay respect to a young murdered child.
7-year-old Liam Hughes' death has touched the lives of many across the United States. So many wonder the same question: how could a mother be responsible for her son's death? The U.S. Department of Justice study on filicide concluded that mothers were responsible for a higher number of children killed before the age of 8 years old from 1976 to 1997 in the United States, and fathers more likely to have been responsible for the murders of their children aged 8 and over. Since Liam's death, the family has come out and commented on what a wonderful child he was, full of life and energy. He spent a lot of time at the park and playground and loved swimming. Liam appears to have been very close to his father. The family says that he was a special needs child. At the site of his death on Mountain Springs is a memorial which has regular visitors who ask the same question and whose hearts are aching over such a tragic loss. Liam's body was found May 28th on a hiking trail just off Highway 160. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department says that they are certain his mother, who was captured in Colorado 10 days later, is responsible, though they have not released the cause of death at this time. In San Jose, family, friends, and the community is holding a candlelight vigil Thursday night at the La Colina Park on Ansdale Way at 5 p.m. There's also a Facebook page for Liam Hughes that gives up-to-date information from family and friends. The suspect, Liam's mother, Samantha Marino Rodriguez, was arrested in Denver, Colorado, and now awaits extradition to Las Vegas to face murder charges for her son's death. No motive has been released at this time. If you would like to donate to the GoFundMe page, you can look up Liam Hughes' name on GoFundMe.com.
An employee of the Nye County Treasurer's Office is under arrest and facing several charges. The Nye County Sheriff's Office says he's used his position to obtain property for as little as $10.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office says it's been conducting a months-long investigation into allegations that 60-year-old Samuel Alsop of Tonopah was utilizing his position for personal financial gain. Alsop has been employed by Nye County for about 2 years and was working at the Tonopah Treasurer's Office. The Sheriff's Office says investigators determined that Alsop has engaged in negotiating real estate deals for significantly less than market value of the land with individuals he encountered during the official performance of his duties. The Sheriff's Office says in one of those cases, Alsop used his position to convince a landowner that their property was worthless and not buildable. Investigators say Alsop, knowing this was not true, purchased the property from the victim for $10. The Sheriff's Office says in reality, the property was worth several $1,000s. Investigators say Alsop also bought another piece of property from a different victim, also for $10, then sold it for thousands of dollars. Both of the victims were seniors over the age of 60. As a result of the Sheriff's Office investigation, Alsop was arrested and booked into the Nye County Detention Center on 2 counts of misconduct of a public officer, false representation concerning a title, obtaining money under false pretenses, and exploitation of an older person. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is asking that anyone who might have information about any additional cases involving Alsop to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000 by email at sheriff@co.nye.nv.us or via the Sheriff's Office app, available through the Google Play Store or Apple App Store.
And as far as right now, accidents that are happening currently, there is a single vehicle rollover right now in Mountain Springs, and that is in the southbound lanes at the top of the mountain. Nevada Highway Patrol is conducting that accident investigation, and we hear that traffic is reduced to 1 lane in that area. And a 2-vehicle crash right now on Blosser Ranch Road and Blag. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies are on scene, as well as Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, who say that they are assessing 3. Well, friends and family of a Pahrump man killed in a motorcycle crash last week are asking for help in paying for the man's final funeral expenses.
A GoFundMe account has been established for Larry McKay. McKay and his motorcycle were discovered last Thursday morning in the desert off Bell Vista Road between Pahrump and Ash Meadows. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the crash. It's not clear if McKay died as a result of the crash or if he suffers from some type of medical condition prior to the crash. It's also unknown when the crash occurred. Money raised through GoFundMe will be used to pay for McKay's final expenses. If you'd like to contribute to the fundraiser, we have a link on our Facebook page. You can also search for Larry McKay at GoFundMe.com.
All right, well, we'll be back with your court report right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, let's go to Missy Kohler, who's standing by, who has an update on some cases we've been following in your court report.
Melinda Heinrichs appeared in court on June 4th for arraignment. Heinrichs is facing embezzlement charges involving the alleged embezzlement of more than $100,000 from the Nye County Juvenile Probation Department. She appeared in front of Judge Wonker, having waived her preliminary hearing without a plea agreement. Judge Wonker stated that both she and Judge Lane would be recusing themselves from the case because she has personal knowledge of the case, and Judge Lane will be appearing as a witness. Judge Wonker will send the case to a senior judge. The case was then continued because Heinrichs thought her attorney would be Daniel Martinez, but Martinez is no longer with the public defender's office. The continuance will give Heinrichs time to confirm who will be representing her. She will be back in court on June 18th. John Bautista will be in court for a preliminary hearing on August 2nd to face felony and gross misdemeanor charges. Bautista, along with Wade Hinden and Dwight Lilly, are all former board members of the Private Well Owners Cooperative. The complaint alleges that the three secretly diverted funds from the co-op to the 2018 political campaign of Dwight Lilly, who was running for county commissioner. The men are accused of taking $3,069.25 of the co-op's funds and giving them to Lilly to help his campaign, while falsely claiming that the money was reimbursement for expenses incurred by Lilly on behalf of the co-op. Lilly allegedly prepared a phony invoice, and the defendants presented it to the co-op membership. Hinden and Lilly have entered guilty pleas to misdemeanor petty larceny and are set for sentencing on June 28th. Charges were dismissed against a fourth defendant due to illness, and he has since passed away. And attorneys for Chris Arabia and Leo Blendo have submitted a motion to dismiss the lawsuit filed against them by attorney Ronnie Boscovich. Boscovich filed a lawsuit against Nye County District Attorney Chris Arabia and Nye County Commissioner Leo Blendo, citing gender discrimination. Boscovich claimed that the two carried out a campaign of harassment and intimidation against the former county prosecutor. In the motion for dismissal filed on June 2nd, attorneys for Arabia and Blendo assert that after an investigation confirmed that Boscovich engaged in serious misconduct and was terminated. The motion further states that Boscovich and her family have been on a crusade against the two men, repeatedly filing complaints that prove meritless. This is the first filing for the defense in this case, and nothing has yet to be decided. That's your court report for today. I'm Missy Kohler.
Thanks so much, Missy. And Missy once again has another report from court. Jose Bautista had a brief appearance in court on June 4th. His attorney explained that a deal may have been reached in this case.
Bautista was a former employee of the Nye County School District and was arrested in 2016 after sheriff's deputies received a report from a student that indicated that she was sexually assaulted by Bautista. Detectives later learned more details of the incident that included Bautista engaging in lewd conversations with the victim before taking her to his home. Bautista was allegedly under the influence of narcotics when he reportedly engaged in unlawful sexual acts upon the student. Bautista allegedly admitted to sexual misconduct with the student, and a search of his home obtained evidence to support the alleged crimes. After his initial arrest, Bautista fled and has been on the run since 2016. He was located in Guadalajara, Mexico, deported, and returned to the custody of the Nye County Sheriff's Office on May 6th. Along with warrants for failure to appear, Bautista is facing charges of sexual assault, child sexual abuse, unlawful sexual acts by a school employee with the pupil, use and possession of drug paraphernalia, and being under the influence of a controlled substance. At his appearance on June 4th, his attorney Jason Ernst told the court that he has received an offer in the case but had not had a chance to review it with his client. Ernst asked for time to review the negotiations with Bautista. Judge Wonker said that she would continue the case for the defense's discussion until July 23rd, and if an offer was not agreed upon by that date, she would set a date for trial. Pahrump is another step closer to having a dog park as Phase 5 of the Kellogg Park project moves forward. The Board of County Commissioners has approved Phase 5 of the dog park project. Morales Construction was awarded the bid for the park in the amount of $294,975. This part of the contract covers fencing and gates, grass sod, and irrigation. Morales was already awarded the contract to construct a restroom facility, on-site wastewater, and a sanitary sewer on the property. The park is located at the corner of Squaw Valley Road and Bridger Street, and when complete will be home for a trio of parks for small, medium, and large dogs. The park in total is comprised of 80 acres, but the first phase of the project is focusing on only 18 acres. Installation of lighting and electrical has also taken place. The project should progress quickly now, with the contractor having 60 days to complete after receiving the notice to proceed. One very important detail the commissioners were concerned with is the rising cost of construction supplies. Commissioner Carboni stated that costs have risen since the bids were received and hoped that Morales Construction had taken that into consideration. Buildings and Grounds Facility Manager Jimmy Martinez assured the board that Morales Construction did not anticipate any problems. The motion passed 4-1 as Commissioner Cox was absent at the time of the vote. We'll be back with more News 25 right after the break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, some of us may decide to wear a mask outdoors this summer. A mask will protect the skin if it covers from the sun, but it still leaves a good portion of your face exposed. So what's the best approach to sunscreen when wearing a mask?
It's kind of like your swimsuit line. It's easy to miss the edges if you're not careful. So put your sunscreen on first. If you want to focus on, the areas outside of the mask, okay, but go in farther than you think. And definitely put it on.
Dr. Pil-Yang says it's a good idea to apply sunscreen to your entire face first and then put your mask on. This way your whole face is protected and you can avoid mask tan lines. However, she warns anything you put on your skin and then cover with a mask can lead to mask-related acne or maskne. If you're worried about maskne, Dr. Pil-Yang advises seeking out sun products designed to prevent acne.
Look for a sunscreen that is oil-free. Look for one that's non-comedogenic. That means it won't plug your pores. Gel sunscreens are very nice if you're acne prone. And there are also formulations that are made for acne prone skin.
Dr. Pil-Yang also reminds us to protect the delicate skin around our eyes by wearing sunglasses and our lips with sunscreen infused lip balm.
It's time to meet another pet available for adoption from one of our local shelters. For today's Save a Pet, Darby O'Donnell will introduce us to...
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with a sneezy Oreo. He just had a little sneeze. So Oreo is a 1-year-old male, black and white tabby. He is beautiful. He has some greenish, goldish kind of colored eyes. Super sweet. He is that medium length hair. He's not quite a long hair, but he's not definitely a short hair. So he's super sweet. He is a bigger cat. Just a sweet little baby. If you want to come and see Oreo or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, give them a call ahead of time to make an appointment to come and see them. 775-751-7020, or you can always look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Just a reminder that on June 11th and 12th, they are doing the Maddie's Pet Adoption. So all of the animals here are going to be 100% free adoption fees. So that includes their spay and neuter, rabies vaccine, any vaccines that they were behind on. The only thing you have to pay for is the 9 county licensing for your animal, which is only $10. So you get everything included, including even microchipping for your animal for only $10. So if you want to come on June 11th and 12th, all of the animals here at Desert Haven are available for adoption for only $10. Isn't that right, Oreo? Oreo would like to go to a forever home, please. Okay, bye.
Well, in Texas, an annual statewide artistic competition went viral this year. And for one school, it turns out the restrictions of the pandemic may just have been the inspiration they needed to make it to the top tier of the competition. Kim Martinez reports.
Oh, COVID with art. That's been probably the thing that I've relied on most, especially during lockdown. I really think COVID, as odd as this sounds, has made me a better artist.
I think so, because it did give me something to do, kind of distract me from just everything that was happening, I guess. And it definitely did help me get through.
These young artists have turned the negative of feeling isolation during the pandemic into a positive, not only on a personal level, but their entries into a big statewide art competition called VASE have become a point of pride for their school, Great Hearts Irving in Texas. 3 of the school's artists made it to the upper tiers of the prestigious yearly event.
It's kind of like the idea is growing from the book and it's developing with more thought into something else that's beautiful.
Julia Chaplin, a 9th grader, says her inspiration was her love of reading, while Rowan Hoover says it was an abandoned gas station that inspired his photograph, Forgotten But Not Lost.
All these truckers would just come into the gas station even though there's nothing in there, and they just sit there. So I thought, wow, that's really cool, because it's not a working gas station, but people still use it.
The competition encourages the students' originality, technical expertise, and allows them to produce work that reflects their own ideas.
I named it Woodland Child mainly because of the aesthetic that I wanted it to have, kind of like be in the forest and the woods, and the childhood aspect of running around, having fun, playing in mud type of thing.
Now Camilla sells a line of her quirky dolls on Etsy. The competition has been a catalyst for so many young artists to pursue their talents and has now grown from just 400 entries in the first year to well over 35,000 entries this year.
I think it's great because a lot of schools focus more on STEM now instead of art. And I just think it's really nice that they give us this opportunity, especially this year since we didn't have many things to do.
Kim Martinez reporting.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler staring out the KPVM weather window, looking south down on the town of Pahrump. Looks like we have beautiful clouds for now, but they'll be losing their place in the sky, and we'll have nothing but sunshine and hot weather coming up. We'll tell you all about the weather. Just come back.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studio. It's nice to see you on a Wednesday. Making it through the midweek. It's a little bit nice today, actually. Pretty good temperatures. A little bit cooler than it has been. 71 degrees up in Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, all right around 70, 68. Tonopah, Goldfield, you're looking about 78 degrees. Beatty, 87 degrees. Heating up as we head towards Amargosa, 91. Las Vegas at 96, mercifully out of the triple digits today, folks. Death Valley, well, you're still in there, 103 degrees. And here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's call it 89 degrees. That sounds pretty good. 90 was our high today. South-southwesterly winds at 20 miles per hour. I thought we were going to miss out on the winds this morning. It was such a nice, calm morning. Now, poolside having some coffee, but no, yeah, the winds really kicked up this afternoon. Looks like they'll continue to do so this evening. 5:25 a.m. In the morning, the sun rose in all its glory. It's setting this evening under clear skies at 8 o'clock straight up, heading towards solstice, 6:21. And that'll be the longest days of the year. So these next few days, next few weeks, going to be brighter, hotter, more wonderful than anything you can stand. South-southeasterly winds at 21 miles per hour. Is that going to calm down tomorrow? Let's hope. Yes, it will. Oh, good, good, good. 12 mile per hour winds kind of predicted for the next week. Temperatures rapidly rising as we head towards the latter part of the week. We'll be seeing triple digits. It'll be fairly calm and wonderful this, wind-wise, but the sun's going to be kicking in and those temperatures are going to be coming up under clear skies next week. Things to look forward to, but it will be a beautiful weekend, not too brutally hot. Let's hope. All right, back to the desk. It's Missy and Deanna.
All right, well, there is a social services fair tomorrow. That's going to be here in Pahrump and in Tonopah. You can get your COVID-19 vaccine right here through this drive-through fair happening at Nye Communities Coalition at 1020 East Wilson Road. from 9 until 3, and that is on Thursday, June 10th, and at Tonopah High School in the parking lot at 1 Tenant Drive in Tonopah. And of course, that's going to be happening all day long. They even have some swag bags that they're giving out and free raffle prizes. If you need your COVID-19 shot, you can't make it there tomorrow, the county health nurse is having that available on Wednesdays, and that is all day long on Wednesday. And you can find out more by going on to NyeCounty.net for that information. But tomorrow, if you want to go to that drive-through health fair, it's right there off of West and Wilson Street. We'll be there. We hope you are too. And that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for watching and have a great night.
Good night.